Welcome back, viewers at home. You're tuned in right here on INX Prime Channel 345 on your decoder. Now, I'm about to have quite an amazing conversation between myself and Ferzaana, and we're talking so much about her hosting a pop-up event at LA Bakery. But before we get to understanding the event itself, I think it's very important for us to get to know her and to get to know her business in general. Assalamu alaikum, Ferzaana, and jazakallah so much for joining us this evening.
Walaikum salam wa rahmatullah. Thank you for having me.
Just a quick insight as to who is Ferzaana and really what brought you to starting an event, or not even an event, your business in question.
It was just a combination of passion with a little bit of creativity, and I'm an accountant by trade. So it has always been a lifelong dream of mine, to start something. And I started by selling tea. Okay. My company was called Zana Tea Company. And from that, I started making the chai and then making the own recipe for my chai. And from there, it went into food, and it's just been an ongoing, beautiful journey.
Now, with the chai, I know that it's bound to leave you craving for more. Before we get to the chai, I want you to just tell us a bit about what truly inspired you to now, zazz up your recipes with the, with that of your Indian cuisine, family recipes, and with that of, modern cuisine that is out there.
You get familiar with your customers. Yeah. And what has happened with me over time is I can look at something and actually taste the ingredients before making it. It's a wonderful gift that Allah gave me. So I'm very blessed to have that. So I speak to my customers, I get their feedback, I understand what they like, what they don't like, and I combine that with what I like. So it's not just traditional family recipes. I've created everything to be something that is for chai and chow, created by our team. We do the testing, we play with flavors, we play with combinations. So it's not just I put a meal there and let's just sell that. There's a lot of research that goes into it. Like recently we've introduced the Indomie mie goreng Indonesian stir fry. Totally out of my comfort zone, completely, because it's a completely different cuisine. And I did some research, played with the flavors, a lot of fresh ingredients. The flavor is outstanding, and it's been a really huge success with the customers.
Now, coming back to the chai bomb, I believe, and now in just a brief description, it says it's a home-brewed blend of tea, spices, as well as love. Can you tell myself and the viewers at home about chai bomb, as well as what sets it apart from your traditional chai?
So, it's not really very different. It would be the combination of the spices. Okay. So we obviously use fresh spices. Everything is ground by ourselves. The mixture, the recipe for that, like I said, we taste. So it's something that I've put together over the years when I started Zana Tea, and I had to obviously market my teas using the Ceylon teas that I was selling. So with that, I started playing with flavors and what people like, and then, you get like, no, I don't like too much of ilachi, and I don't like too much of ginger, and I don't like this, and I don't like that. So eventually you get to a point where it's comfortable for me to make. I love brewing the chai, it's so relaxing. And also the customers love it, and my family loves it. We stopped drinking normal tea as a regular, we were regular tea drinkers, now we're chai drinkers. I've become a chai snob, not just a tea snob. And then the whole process of it, just the brewing, we use fresh loose leaf tea, we don't use tea bags. So when I do prepare a mixture, like if you were to ask me, I want a certain amount, I would prepare it for you as a fresh mixture with loose leaf tea. So there's no shortcuts when it comes to brewing the chai, absolutely none.
This is quite exciting.
It is.
Because I know usually with what goes into chai in terms of the herbs, they're quite healthy. I mean, cinnamon on its own, ilachi, they have their own benefits to that. And I just want to ask you, for the benefit of our viewers at home and myself, what would you say is the secret to brewing that perfect chai? Is it the freshness of the spices, or if it's how long the tea cooks? What is the actual secret, without giving out too much?
No, it's fine. It's not so much the time, because I've actually shown my staff how to make chai in less than 2 minutes. Okay, because we sometimes have to be under pressure with customers. Yeah. And my husband also, is very impatient when it comes to chai. So I have to really be on the ball, and I'm preparing for him. So it's about the combination of the flavors. And I always start with the water, not with the milk. I know traditionally when I was growing up, my family taught me to start with the milk, and I don't like that thick, milky flavor. So for me, the chai bomb has been successful because the procedure in which we make it, and there's a lot of patience involved. Like I said, I can do it in 2 minutes, but when we do like a pot of 50 cups, there's a lot of patience involved, and it's very specific. There's science involved. Okay, so it is a science. a lot of bismillahs go into that. And in the same time while you're making the chai, it becomes a sort of a meditation for you. And I think when you enjoy the experience of making it, you don't see it as a task, but you can do it quickly. Yeah, it's really, really lovely.
You know, it makes me miss Ramadan because a lot of times I really enjoy taking my chai tea in Ramadan time.
Yes.
But yeah, I'm looking forward to tasting chai bomb. Now, just getting to understand, you know, the idea that you take in feedback from your customers as well as, you know, some of the ingredients and secret tips that you have for yourself, maybe from family recipes and also from your experience, since you're saying you do a lot of research.
Yeah.
I want to ask you, how do you then balance, you know, your traditional self to, you know, taking in the feedback that constantly changes? How do you then balance that without losing your true, you know, self in that sense?
I think part of being a good chef and part of being exceptional at what you do is not just sticking to tradition, but it's taking risks. You know, trusting Allah. You know, you get the guidance from Allah as to what it is you can and can't do. Like it somehow just comes to it. Because remember, cooking is a passion. It's from your heart. You won't simply get a chef that just does it for the sake of doing it. And generally, when it comes to pop-ups, it's always small businesses that are involved, people who love what they do. It's long hours. It's very stressful. So you have to actually love it. So when I go out to pop-ups, I test different ideas and different flavors, and I really go out of my comfort zone. I won't make a traditional home meal at the pop-up. It doesn't work, number one, and number two is it's boring for me. It doesn't challenge me. So now when I go out and I have all of these woks and I have these different fresh flavors and I can combine, because everything is fresh, nothing is pre-cooked. Even though it's busy and it's very stressful, I'm like living my best life. Subhanallah, it's really the most amazing feeling.
Oh, this is quite exciting. Yeah. Now, speaking about pop-ups, I'm sure viewers at home are like, we heard the fact that, you know, a lot is put into making some of the things that you're making. Example, in this context, chai, and how you put in the research and how you take in feedback. I want to know for viewers at home, in terms of where is the pop-up event going to take place, and will there be chefs, will there be collaboration, what can attendees expect?
So this specific one is a smaller pop-up. Okay. La Bakery on Bayers hosts me once a month. Oh, okay. All right. We've built a friendship over the years. So we bounce off each other. We collaborate with each other. So my customers go to the bakery comes to me. And there's a lot of other businesses in the area that we obviously all feed off. We feed off each other. What I've recently started doing is I started featuring a few items from home businesses. So I will slowly introduce one menu item that's not mine, but I will prepare it fresh there. So it also gives an introduction to the public from this home business of what specifically they're doing. So this specific one, I've got a pata samosa, right? So pata, you know, is the madumbi leaves. Really brilliant. You need to visit me on Saturday. So I'm featuring that. I've done that for the last 3 pop-ups. So this specific one is just us, which we love. We love the attention. We love the busyness. We love our customers, and the regulars keep coming back. Yeah. And what I do is every 3 months I change the menu. So the menu I have now, probably at the end of December, I'll be done with it. And we'll start something new again. So, alhamdulillah, you know, Allah has given us the ability to constantly change. We suit the customers, what they need. We're not boring. Yeah. You know, you've got to be creative all the time. And that's part of being a chef. Your creativity has to kick in. Yeah. You have to do it.
Ms. Ferzaana, you know, I think I want to just ask this question quickly in terms of, you know, there's some things that someone loves that you make.
Yes.
And now it's like it's discontinued. Is it possible for someone to say, Auntie Ferzaana, may I please have that one particular thing from that menu that you don't have anymore? Is it possible, or it's gone and it's forgotten?
No, it is possible.
Okay.
So I used to have the restaurant up until April, and I closed it down. Okay. It was a little bit much for me to be owner, manager, and chef. So what I've done is I've built a kitchen next to my home, and we work with deliveries and collections. And recently we've started doing a lot of events, private events. So if there's anything specific, we are very versatile. So anything specific that anybody wants. Most cases I forget those recipes, I won't lie. So if you ask me for something I made 2 years ago, I'm going to be like, nah, I can't remember.
You don't even jot it down.
I've started doing that.
Okay,
I've started doing that. So inshallah, you know, I'm looking at a recipe book in sometime in the future. I just don't know when. You know, emotionally it's too much for me. So there is obviously always, if somebody contacts me, we do that. I've got customers that are very far away from, I live in Benoni, and they're happy to pay the delivery fee. Ferzaana, we want your food. I recently had an elderly couple that came all the way from Brits to come and try my curry khichdi. They said they couldn't resist, and they came again to the pop-up last month in Northcliffe just to try the stir-fry. So, you know, Allah is so good to us that we have a proper following, we have loyal customers, and we keep getting new customers all the time that appreciate good food.
Viewers at home, this was quite a very delicious, enticing conversation. So do not miss out on the event. Make sure you do go there on Saturday and get a taste of the chai, of the stir fry, whatever speaks to your taste buds.